Hey everyone, it's Kelly. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am back with a little bit different type of video, as you can see. I wanted to hop on here and do a quick chit chat video with you all just to talk about my plans for 2020. It's crazy that the new year will be here in just a couple days. And I have some changes that will be coming with what type of paper crafting I'm going to be doing, what type of documenting I'm going to be doing in 2020. And that means there's going to be a little bit of a shift in the types of videos that will be on my YouTube channel. So I thought that before I make that transition, I would talk about it a little bit and just explain where my head is and what my thought process is behind these changes. So if you watched my last process video, then this next part will not be surprising to you as far as where my head is at and what I'm thinking that I'm going to be doing for my documenting in 2020. I have really been enjoying using a happy planner, and I use this almost as a project lifestyle album. It houses photos and journaling and stickers and just all those fun things. A lot of people use these to actually plan. I use it to memory keep. I know that there is a happy planner that is intended for memory keeping. It's a little bit larger. This is, I can't remember if I said, but this is the classic size. And I really like the size of the album. The total size of the album with the spine and the cover and everything is about 8 by 10. So it's a lot smaller than a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout, which is what I typically scrapbook. And to be honest, 12 by 12 scrapbooking is becoming a little bit cumbersome. It is difficult to house the layouts. Right now, they are currently all sitting in a pile on top of some of my albums. And the albums that I do have don't really get looked at. A 12 by 12 scrapbook album is not an easy thing to flip through. You almost have to have a table to lay it out on before you can start flipping through the pages. It's not easy to hold it on your lap. And my albums are very thick. I tend to get the 3-inch spine albums because they are expensive. So I want to try to pack as many layouts in those albums as I can. And that makes them very heavy and it makes it hard to look at them. So this has been a great way for me to get my photos and my journaling all in one spot in a smaller size. I really do enjoy the 6x8 albums, but those, again, I think I would have so many of them on the shelf that it would really take away from the smaller factor because I would have a larger quantity of them. So I am planning on switching my style to the happy planner. With that said, I will not be giving up 12 by 12 scrapbook layouts. I can't. I have too much money invested in the papers and the puffy embellishments and just chipboard and everything. It's not going to be something that's going to be going away, but it is something that I am not seeing myself, I can't see myself doing very much of it in the near future. Now, with that being said, I am on a couple design teams currently, and I'm currently with the Cut Shop. My term runs through March with the Cut Shop, and then I'm also part of the Shimmers design team, which runs through, I believe, August of 2020. So I will still need to be creating some 12 by 12 projects for those. I am having a little bit of a difficult time figuring out how to incorporate those two specific design teams into my new style. The cut files are, I don't want to say difficult to use because I have found ways to use them in this type of album, but I tend to use cut files as a focal image. That tends to be my style when it comes to cut files, and I have to use them on a much smaller scale in this type of album, and they aren't really the focal point. The focal point with this type of project for me is the photos and the storytelling. And then with Shimmers, it is a mixed media company, and I love mixed media. It is one of my favorite things and favorite techniques to use on a scrapbook layout, but I don't want to use a lot of mixed media with my happy planner. I know that I've seen Amy Tangerine use watercolors in her happy planner and it looks amazing, but I really want this to be clean and crisp, and I don't want to have wrinkled pages, and that's just total personal preference. But for me right now, that's where I'm leaning as far as how I want to document in my happy planner. Not to say that won't change as time goes on, but for right now, that's where my head is. So because of the design teams that I'm on, I almost have to continue making 12 by 12 scrapbook layouts, and that's fine. I think that it'll keep me in good practice and that it will still be something fun to do every once in a while. I tend to find that I do have an ebb and a flow when it comes to my paper crafting. I started out doing exclusively 12 by 12 scrapbook layouts, and then I made cards for a number of years and did not make any scrapbook pages. And then I stumbled upon Hip Kit Club and their design team, and I was really drawn in to the style and the technique of the designers that were on the design team, and I fell back in love with scrapbooking. So I think that this is just another one of those transitions where I'm just feeling the need and the want to change up what I'm doing and how I'm documenting and how I'm scrapbooking, and I'm really, really enjoying the Happy Planner. So that is where my thought process is on where I see myself going in 2020. Now, I did make a couple notes here because I did want to make sure that I stayed on topic with what I wanted to chit chat about. So another plan that I have for 2020 is I do plan on lessening my design team load. And if you have followed me for a while, then you know that I work outside the home. I work outside the home full time. So any scrapbooking that I do or any documenting, whether it's in the Happy Planner, 12 by 12 scrapbooking, whatever it may be, is done when I'm not working. And my husband's family owns a restaurant, and I have picked up a few hours there as well. So I have my full-time job, and then I'm also working at the restaurant a little bit. And I also have a son, and as I mentioned, I have a husband, so my life is pretty busy. And design teams take a lot of work, and it is something that I am so, so grateful for. I remember when I wanted nothing more than just to be on a design team, and I just wanted someone to give me a chance and to let me prove that my work was worthy of being on a design team. And I have worked with some amazing teams, and I don't want that to be the takeaway from what I'm saying, is that I am not happy or that I am feeling overwhelmed or that it's just not something I want to do, because that's not what I'm saying. I just really feel like I'm in a point in my life where I just need to take a step back, and that I need to craft when I want to craft and craft what I want to craft when I want to craft it. And I think that that is something that a lot of people feel when they are on design teams. It's at some point, and again, I don't want this to be taken out of context or taken the wrong way, but at some points it can almost feel like a job where you, okay, I have to scrapbook today. Okay, I have to get these photos done. Okay, I have to get this video edited. And I think that's a side of design teams that maybe isn't always talked about, because it is such a great opportunity. And again, I do want to stress how thankful I am to the people who have entrusted me to work with their products, because it is an amazing thing that I do not take lightly. And that is one of the reasons why I feel like I need to lessen my load when it comes to design team work. I had been taking on quite a bit of guest design team work as well. There were some months that I would have 8 projects due in a month, and that is a lot. It's a lot, especially if there are videos involved. And I'm gonna talk about videos in just a moment. I do have that on my list, so I will not forget. But I do plan on doing more of my Happy Planner documenting. And like I said, I am finding it a little bit difficult to incorporate my current design team work with this Happy Planner. And in one way, I find it as a fun challenge, you know, to look at things that I may not use very often, like my stamps, for instance. You know, I could color my stamps with my Shimmers products, and I could use those as elements in my Happy Planner. And I think that it's a great way to really stretch the boundary and really look for different ways to use those products. If you follow me on Instagram, then you would have seen that I use some of the digital stamps. I converted them in Photoshop and printed them on clear sticker paper and used them as clear stickers in my Happy Planner. So that was one way that I used some of the Cut Shop products in my Happy Planner. So there are definitely ways to do it. And like I said, I don't want to give up on the 12 by 12 scrapbooking layouts altogether. So you will be seeing some of those here and there as well. Okay, so now let's talk about videos. And this is another one of those topics that is going to be very similar to what I was saying about design teams, because I do want to make sure that I don't step on any toes and that I don't hurt any feelings and that I don't come across wrong, because I am so grateful to those of you who watch my videos all the time. I know who you are, you leave comments, you are the reason that I have continued making videos as long as I have. So I want to make sure that I acknowledge that and that I thank you and that you know you are appreciated, because it is something that I don't think I would have continued making videos for as long as I have if it wasn't for you. So please keep that in mind as I continue to talk about what I'm going to talk about when it comes to YouTube and what's going to be happening with my channel. So with that said, I have not been getting very many views on my videos, and I have not been getting very much interaction with my videos. When I started my YouTube channel, I started it as, there were a couple reasons. So number one was I thought it would be good for my design team applications. Like I said, wanted to be on design teams more than anything. And I thought that it would be a great social media outlet to include. It would be a great way to grow my channel or to grow my online presence. But the second reason, and the reason that really became more prevalent, was I wanted to engage with people who were interested in the same thing I was, which was scrapbooking, paper crafting, documenting memories, however you want to word it. And I really enjoyed the interaction more than I expected. You know, I have become friends with some of you through my YouTube channel. We're friends on Facebook, we comment on each other's photos, and that was a surprise that I wasn't really expecting when I started my YouTube channel. And it's something that I really strive for with my YouTube channel. I want it to be someplace where we can interact and we can have discussions, and I honestly have not been getting a lot of that. There are, like I said, a few of you who always comment, and again, I appreciate you so much. But my views on my videos, I am sitting at, on average, 100 views a month would be a good estimate on my average views. And videos take so much time. They take so much time. You have the recording process, which it does take longer to record, or it does take longer to make a project when you're recording than it does for me just to sit down at my desk and record. I have to get my lighting set up, I have to get my camera set up, and my tripod is always set up. It's always in my room, so it's not like I have to lug everything out. My lights are always up as well, but I have to get, you know, everything situated where it needs to go. I usually have to swap out my batteries once or twice depending on how long the project is taking me to make it. Then I have to load it into my editing software. I have to edit it. Then I have to record the voiceover. Then I have to save it to my computer. Then I have to upload it to YouTube. Then I gotta create a thumbnail. Then I gotta write the description. And then I gotta do all the tags. And then I gotta get it posted. And then I gotta advertise for it on social media. And it's a lot of work. And I am happy to do it when I get the interaction, but I do have some videos that don't have any comments, which I know life is busy. I know some people watch it on their TV and it's either you can't comment or it's difficult to comment, I'm not sure. But my takeaway from this is I'm not asking you to leave me comments on this video. That's not my point in explaining this, but I do want to explain that I do have some strategies and some things that I'm planning on doing in 2020 to try to increase my views and increase the interaction that I get with the people that watch my videos. But if I don't see an increase in that, I will be stepping back from YouTube. Now, I am part of the YouTube creative team for Shimmers, so I will have at least one video up a month. But as far as me creating weekly videos or videos more than what is required of Shimmers, then I may not do it. And that's hard for me to say because I really started to think of YouTube almost as a hobby within a hobby, but it's something that I really do want to express to you where my thoughts are, my feelings are, as far as why I would decide to take that step back because of the amount of time it takes. And there are people that are very creative and that I am friends with that are in the scrapbooking community that stopped their channel. They quit YouTube because of that reason. And what I want you to take away from this is I'm not, like I said, I'm not asking for you to comment. I'm not asking for you to like on this video, but if you do have a favorite YouTuber, make sure that you are liking and that you are commenting on their videos. It means the world. I can't explain to you enough how much that means to the people who are taking the time to create the content. I have talked with numerous scrapbooking YouTubers, and that is really what it is that everyone's looking for when it comes to making videos. I don't have enough views, obviously, to meet the requirements to monetize my channel. And so it's never been about money for me. It's never been a form of income. I do have affiliate links in my videos where, you know, you click on it and you make a purchase. I do receive a small commission. So I do get a little bit of, I don't want to say a kickback, but I do get a little bit of monetary value in my videos in that instance, but it's not enough to continue making videos just to get that affiliate income. It's very, very, very minimal. But I do want to again express how thankful I am to those of you who comment. And again, I would have stopped making videos a long time before this if it wasn't for you. And I do appreciate the time that you take to comment. I try to respond quickly, and I try to always respond to those comments, because that is the interaction and the friendships that are made and the connection that you get with other scrapbookers and other creatives is what really drives me to continue to make videos. So I do want to throw that out there. Now, I do plan on making some planner videos where I am kind of going through the process. I've had some requests to show how I created the template in Photoshop that I use to print the photos, and then to also kind of go over how I keep track, how I stay on track. And I do plan on recording another chit chat video that will go a little bit more in depth and detail with that. And then I'm just gonna see how it goes. I think that making a transition from 12x12 scrapbook layouts to doing planner videos, I do expect to see a fluctuation in the amount of views. I don't know if it's gonna go up, I don't know if it's gonna go down, but I will give it some time. It's not something that I plan on, you know, trying a month and then throwing in the towel if it doesn't work. So I don't plan on going anywhere super soon. And again, I have to continue making videos for Shimmers until August. So you will be seeing at least one video a month until then. But I just wanted to give you a heads up and kind of wanted to give you just a little bit of an insight on what I was thinking, especially for those of you who watch all the time and who always comment. And I didn't want to leave you high and dry and kind of wondering what was going on, because I know that not everyone follows people on multiple platforms such as YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, those type of things. So I just wanted to throw that out there, and we'll see how it goes. But I do want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you've made it to the end. If you have any questions, suggestions for new videos, if you are a YouTuber who gets a ton of views on your videos and you want to give me some tips and tricks, I would appreciate that. But like I said, I do have some strategies in place. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna take it, you know, month by month to see where I end up. But I do want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will be back again soon with a new video. I will have those 2 videos that I mentioned about the happy planner on how I stay on track, how I print my photos, and just what products I think work well. I do hope to record a room tour soon. Also, I have a couple things, I'm looking around at my walls, I have a couple things that I need to get hung up on the walls, and then my room will be ready to have that tour recorded. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back again soon.